I've heard that if you're a good psychic, there's no house which isn't haunted. Better still, every house is haunted if you bring your own ghost. And I do, if only as otherworldly voices in the spirit radio. Whatever one's attitude toward the afterlife, there are genuine disembodied voices in the ethers, and, like signposts on otherwise unmapped pathways, sometimes their messages are meaningful. Before setting foot in a strange place, I always find out what the ghostly voices are saying through the static.
Magic.
You can take control of your...
With an attitude? Easier at night.
Yes. We can help you take back control. Quite a bit.
Blind.
Okay. That's correct. Protect. Right here. Comes up. That's it.
The spirit radio voices seem to be talking about taking control of one's attitude toward life, that it's easier and safer to do this in the dark, as if one's personal demons have night blindness. There's a brutal reminder that we all eventually take the bullet of mortality. It's like that great metaphor of the snail's two dark horns of non-existence. The horn of the ages before you were born, and the horn of the ages when you'll cease to be. And what choice is there but to grab hold of those cold, slippery horns and plow on? So I take the spirit radio messages as an okay, even as an ultimatum, to enter this strange house. Even doubters can wonder whether an old house is ever truly unoccupied, or whether something always lingers. There's a deep interfusion between the forces of motion and spirit that painstakingly built the structure, and the quiet stillness as nature passively, incrementally takes it all back. Though structures are products of geometry and engineering, we can hardly say that old houses aren't enchanted. They strangely resist secularization. They aren't actually mechanistic. There's too much that is organic and vital. There's too much spirit of place. When we sense that an old building is the clearest way into the universe, science would say we're projecting that as the beholder having an aesthetic experience that's tuning us into what's going on. The old house is there, but so is the person here trying to figure it all out. But then we discover something beyond valuable. The old house as a sacrament of something beyond, something ultimate that can only be suggestively framed or contained by four walls. This valuable something reveals the old house to be like a cathedral. This particular old house, hit by 2 hurricanes in less than 1 year, has spontaneously re-enchanted itself. Perhaps old houses aren't truly haunted, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing haunting about them. Whether or not we believe in the supernatural, in an old house the natural can be supercharged with mystery. We all have old dark houses in our minds. Old dark houses unexplored, unending. Each one of us gets lost in an old house every night, alone. I always knock at the door of an old house, even when I know it's unoccupied. That's because there's a curious silence that invariably falls down on the thresholds of houses, like the feathers of some vast overshadowing bird after a door is knocked upon or a bell is rung. Among the Dakota people, a great owl guards the entrance to the Milky Way, the threshold to the spirit land. Just in case the macrocosmos is mirrored in the microcosmos, I listen for an owl at every threshold. Even the most skeptical among us will agree that hearing an owl means something. At the very least, it means that an owl is nearby. I'm not superstitious, but since my 9th cousin was the great alchemist and sorcerer John Dee, before touching any door handle, I always wave an ancient talisman that tradition promises will open any lock, no matter what occult secrets have been employed to shut it. There are also 3 words to accompany the talisman: Seritap Pernesox Otarim. The door is open. Am I ever tempted to test the lock before the talisman? What would be the fun in that? That would defeat everything.